and welcome back to another episode of KaysCase Tech Talk. I'm David Collins.
And I'm Leah Moore. As promised, here's a review of Apple's WWDC.
Apple fans and dedicated consumers were excited when Tim Cook took the stage at the WWDC on the 10th. Very few rumors had been verified before the conference as to what would be announced this year. Things like the iWatch and the iPhone 5S and 6 were anticipated, but Apple decided to push the release of the new iOS and OS X, as well as some of the new hardware.
The iOS 7 may not have been the first reveal at the WWDC, but it may have been the most important. Apple has been running the same visual style on the iOS since the iPhone hit the market, but after a great deal of work, they've released a newer, more sleek and efficient iOS 7. It is completely redesigned, and its focus is to integrate and layer all functions with more options in every avenue of use. Folders can hold pages of content, and photos will be immediately arranged by the location the photo was taken, the date, and the time. So everything will be more organized and easy to find. And also, there will be Instagram-like filters that you can change the photos while you're taking them. And a heads-up display can be swiped up from the bottom of the device at any point of use.
Another big hit for Apple was the OS Mavericks 10.9. The new OS hasn't changed much in look, but has some big new features. iBooks, Apple Maps, and Calendar, as well as the brand new Safari, are just some of the new changes Mavericks is bringing to the table. Apple, as always, is setting up the OS to function as smoothly and as efficiently as possible. The system is set up to save power so that your MacBook Air can supply you with full 24-hour use. And Safari changes are set so that reading articles and roaming through bookmarks is seamless with endless scrolling. Apple will be releasing an entirely new desktop as well, the Mac Pro.
The new desktop features components that are built around a central thermal core, and the specs included Intel Xeon CPU, faster 1.8 GHz RAM, and new SSD storage that's 2.5 times faster than the current SSD drives. Dual AMD Fire Pro GPUs are supported, even though current MacBook Pros use NVIDIA graphics. And the system can output to as many as 3 4K resolution displays.
Lastly, Apple is set out to contend with Pandora and Spotify with their own digital station, iTunes Radio. The system appeared easy to navigate and familiarize with, being that such programs have become extremely popular in the past few years. But Apple has studied and it has its own twist on their radio system. It's an integrated part of iTunes which can be accessed as easily as the iTunes Store, just a click away.
The radio will play whatever bands, artists, or genres you choose, and will also give you a purchasing option for individual MP3s. Playlists can be formed and shared with other users, similar to the Spotify function. All of it connects to the iTunes Store, so expect an ease of purchasing new music on your desktop or your mobile. All information will be distributed throughout your cloud, so music can be streamed from your phone, iPad, or desktop, regardless of where the purchase took place or the download. So, David, what do you think about the Mac Pro?
Well, I think that they're going in an interesting direction because they haven't come out with the desktop in a while. Having the new SSD that's way faster than the SSDs that we have now is really interesting because flash memory is amazing. And the new design, having it to be tubular, is completely different. We'll see how people like it. It's going to be something that's going to change things a little bit. What about you? What did you think about the iOS 7?
I personally, surprisingly, really like it because I didn't think that I would because I really like the 3D design of the iPhone. But now that I've seen what it's going to look like and how it's going to function, I think I'm actually going to really like it. And I know a lot of people are used to the way the iPhone has been over the past several years, but we've never seen any changes in the design of it. And I think that people will grow to really, really like it. And it'll be more integrated and more functional. And I really like the transparent look. And the fact that Siri is going to have new voices and that'll switch things up. And she's also going to be more integrated into searching with Twitter and Wikipedia. And I like that Safari is going to have the full browser and the file display look so you can see all the windows that you're looking at, and that's good because I'm a multitasker. I'm always doing so many different things on my phone at once, and I think that this new iOS is going to make it a lot easier for me to keep up with what I'm doing. So, yeah.
Well, what about the fact that they didn't reveal any of the new products yet, other than, the MacBook Pro?
Well, I think that Apple has a lot of people expect a lot out of Apple, and they are trying to make it perfect. So when they release something, they want to wow us, and there's a lot of high expectations out there, so they want to really live up to it and release something that people are going to be impressed with instead of just releasing something to make people happy because people expect, oh, Apple should release something. I think that quality over quantity is what Apple's going for. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually really interested in seeing what they're going to do, especially with the iWatch, because that'll be their first new product that they come out with.
Yeah, the iWatch. It's going to be great. I hope they come out with it.
Yeah, and Google has Google Glass, and Apple should come out with the iWatch and compete in a completely different way.
Yeah, exactly, because a lot of the critics are saying that Google or Apple's just kind of playing catch up with a lot of and they're not being very innovative with their
so it would
releases.
make it something completely new and interesting.
Yep. You know that they're going to come out with something that's going to change the game. I know it. I believe in Apple.
The WWDC did bring some large changes to the table, but Apple stock has not yet taken a major rise since the conference ended. It's likely that consumers and investors are waiting for the release of the new iPhones as well as information on the iWatch before the business year takes a jump forward. We can only wait until the end of the year before really finding out.
Now we'd like to hear from you. What do you think of the new operating systems and hardware devices? What impressed you or made you cringe?
Let us know in the comment section below. And if you liked our videos, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech news.
That's all we have for today. I'm Leah Moore.
And I'm David Collins for KaysCase Tech Talk. We'll see you next week.